Toyota hopes to change some minds about the target demographic of the new Toyota Avalon. Now in its fifth generation, the 2019 model is built on Toyota's new global architecture, TNGA, with a fresh, less tepid face and a 3.5-liter V6 packing 301 HP and 267 lb-ft. There's even a sport mode. Clearly, the Japanese brand wants younger shoppers to look twice before you laugh yourself to tears. On a recent drive, Toyota proved that less oxymoronic than it sounds, but maybe still not the best idea. Utilizing adaptive shocks, called adaptive variable suspension, the Avalon driver can now select the Sport Drive mode, which firms up the shocks, reduces steering assist and speeds up the throttle. The Avalon Touring even offers Sport Plus, which, in addition to the aforementioned adjustments, changes the characteristics of the exhaust note with what it calls engine sound enhancement. And, true to form, you hear more growl from the V6. But, enhanced or no, the transversely mounted engine is, first and foremost, a smooth and quiet power plant designed to cruise serenely. It's also reasonably economical. Toyota took a couple hybrid tricks and incorporated them into every Avalon. With a high compression ratio of 11.8:1, you'd actually expect 3.5 liters worth of displacement to peak well above 300 horsepower, but this one runs on the Atkinson cycle, a more efficient but less powerful way to propel a car. The benefit comes with highway fuel economy in the 30s, 32 mpg for the XLE trim, 31 for the others. Toyota binning the 6-speed automatic for an 8-speed only helps, as does the front-wheel drive drivetrain. All-wheel drive isn't available on the Avalon, but when pressed, Toyota strongly hinted something is coming soon. I drove both the luxury and sporty trimmed Avalons, including the top-of-the-line Touring, and found the sportiest settings more responsive than any of its predecessors, but still nowhere near sport sedan poise. The steering wheel feels precise and accurate, but turn into a curve with authority, and the Avalon body still leans a fair amount and will easily wander from its intended apex. Now, the fact that the previous sentence uses the name Avalon and the word apex together is still progress. In that spirit, the 19-inch wheels on the Touring look sharp and carry 235/40R 19-inch rubber that grips reasonably well, of course with understeer at the limit. Now for the controversial part. In this reviewer's opinion, it's not just the wheels the Avalon looks good. Some may look at the front grille and disagree, but I'm willing to bet that more than a few folks appreciate Toyota's designers for livening up the style. It's a tad provocative, but again, for a Toyota to evoke that descriptor about one of its products, especially an Avalon, is progress. This latest Avalon is longer, lower and wider than before, which helps drop coefficient of drag by 100 to 0.27. Interior space inside and shorter overhangs outside are benefits of a 2.0-inch longer wheelbase. In another effort to evoke sportiness, XSE and Touring models have a piano black mesh grille, a trunk-lit spoiler and quad exhaust tips. Toyota even added a faux diffuser piece of plastic on the lower rear bumper. And, sure, it looks sportier, but it's still an Avalon. It's like your mom all of a sudden started to wear Under Armour sweats and yoga pants. She may look a tiny bit more athletic, but not comfortable. She's still unmistakably mom. Leave the drive mode in normal and the Avalon settles into a much more natural and relaxed world that feels at home. The engine is creamy smooth, the ride is supreme, and cabin isolation is excellent. Inside is also comfortable and roomy. The front seats are heated and 8-way adjustable, making it easy to settle in. On Limited and Touring trims, the seats in back are heated too. Perhaps the more appropriate way to shed some age from the Avalon's target demographic, Toyota offers 5 USB ports, Apple CarPlay, and a Qi smartphone charger, all of it standard. Qi charging is optional on XLE, and otherwise standard. The base stereo is an 8-speaker JBL system and a 9-inch multimedia screen to command it and other functions. An optional 14-speaker, 1200-watt system sounds exquisite and full. Safety falls in line with expectations for a full-size Toyota sedan. The Avalon carries 10 airbags around, ready to deploy in front, side, curtain, and for the driver and front passenger, knee positions. There's also the usual plethora of active equipment, like adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning and backup camera with cross-traffic alert. And for the ecologically minded, a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder hybrid system is offered, making a net 215 horsepower and achieving either 43 or 44 mpg combined, depending on trim level. You can park an Avalon in your driveway for as little as $36,395 for an XLE. Prices steadily climb for the XSE and limited trims. The Touring runs $43,095. Hybrid models are available on every trim but the Touring and adds an even grand to the cost. Toyota labels the Avalon its benchmark. And for the vast majority of car shoppers out there, that's fitting. Adding sporting flair will do very little to convert any car nerds, but even will admit it's a step closer than before. But is the effort wasted? If you're good at knitting, don't try to impress folks by snowboarding a half pipe. Knit them the best damned sweater they ever seen. Fortunately, the Avalon offers plenty of room for yarn,